when you push what we call that kind of direction, then one will say it one day. And then what we call having that kind of persona. You have what we call that kind of character. Because we're all in the weak sense anyway. We have what we call the dollars. We just need to call the God. What would you need to do then? No. So, the original persona. But then you have to say an original thing. Because you're trying to say that because I drank a cafe au lait, that I have taken what we call something which will then be not natural, but then an innate. And that would be against what we call the purpose of what will be the... Yeah, that's a good one. I like it. Anyway. Watch that. Well, if you get that kind of one on the other side to take it, that's it. We're going to party. We're going to dance. What's that? Well, I would party and dance. What would be the other point? No. Would you? No, you're supposed to now turn over the leaf, the part of the tree, and become the one to go into soul-inhalation, hibernation, and have what we call the thought on the direction towards that direction. Then, is it balance? No. It's one side or the other. It's what we call the worst part in them. And not the... Yo. So what's that? No idea. It's part of my own mind. I might have to hear it later. Not time. What's gonna tire you? What time would you go to sleep? Heavy food, heavy meat? No way. That's enough. That's enough. Do not know. Anyway. What's that? It's alright. I was consideration of what would be the intake that one would have to then have what we call move to another intake what one would not. So how? Oh. If you have had the intake of anything anywhere, so if you've sat around another individual and you have intaken a coffee or a cup with some kind of chemical, not to coffee, the other one, also containing the same stimulant and diuretic, but maybe not in the same concentration, then, teole. So, when you have taken either the cup of tea or the cup of coffee, and then that has not been converted to, obviously it's part of the drugs of use anyway, because they are stimulants and diuretics, and you can take it and maybe not want to take it more than you should. But then, what would that tell you? Well, I wouldn't want my coffee to be nicotine, because coffee to be heroin, because it's coffee. And I don't want to be known to have what we call taking a substance. The person with muscle will always have the, yeah, you must have put some kind of needles in, whatever you would try to walk and not know. Sure. How did those rules then turn out? So I'm picturing myself having a cup of tea, a way away at that very duration. And at that very duration, when I'm taking the cafe or tea away, why would I have the thought that one has put some kind of other substance, chemical, liquid, drink into the coffee while I have then taken it? And then you think to yourself from your own past, where have I ever had what we call any intake whatsoever? Food, liquid, drink, or anything that goes down the body's parts. What will that mean? I don't need to say anything further, one would hope. What will that mean? Mr. Bieber, oh no. Yeah, I like it anyway, but that's not the point. It took me a while to like it, that's not the point. Oh yes, because then that kind of background would be on the lookout whether you liked it or not from the day that it was known. So obviously, yeah, maybe I would not deny that I would not download it, but I would download the other one. True. So, but then you were downloading. Oh no! How did you download them? What kind of methods and procedures did you use to download? Did you pay the subscriptions? Did you? Did you? What's the cover? There was none. You downloaded. You're done now. That's piracy laws. That's against the private world. What have you done? What have you done? Did you? Yes. We didn't. We did. We did. We didn't. We didn't. We did. We did. We did. So, what was in the files to prove that we did them? So we might have done it on purpose to then to try to find out who's the individual causes. But then that sounds like a weak way to find out. So we need to find out another way. What's that? Please don't say it's one of those. Journeys, plans, missions. Anyway, what was the point that you have not made, which was the important point to get out there? How can the cup of coffee then turn into a liquidation other than the coffee? Other than the fact that you have drinking a takeaway, why would it be something else within the substance? Then you have to consider the fact what you have eaten or taken. Why? Because that individual would have not given you a coffee then, because they will say, no, I provided you with the liquid that will be to go inside it. Why? The Pozzano method. What's the Pozzano method? It's a serious point, but obviously it becomes one of those, and you know you have taken yourself away because obviously we consider everything what we would want with our own. Sure. And then what's the point that we have not got out at that very point? You! What point are you trying to get out right now then? Why? Why did you think? Well, you've had the shot before. Okay. Every one of you will want to have the food, the water, the liquid to go inside the food, won't you? Because we are the people of the world, or we were. So what point did we get out then, and I cannot trap it to the exact point at the very moment? Why would an individual have food, water, or anything to go in the body at all? But then the point of at all will not bring the serious, so you're going to have to work through that further. You know, every little trap, every little corner, and you know you will not be able to move at the very point because I would not need to know what I've done there.